To continue our series about books about unhappy marriages, I'd like to say thank you very much for this recommendation. Because you told me about it, I read it over our recent vacation, and it kept me up late reading it some nights. And then, unfortunately, kept me up late because I couldn't stop thinking about it because sometimes it was just so sad. It's not just about a marriage, that part is sad, and there is a child involved, which in some ways, as a papa, was the worst part to read. But it's also about a farm kid in the Midwest who, named Stoner, who becomes an English professor. He starts studying English and it just blows him away. It's just the perfect thing. He feels like he knows it. It's already in there, and there's this joy he can't express. He becomes a professor there, and in the beginning, he can't let out how much this matters to him. But eventually he starts to, and he starts to really connect with his students and starts to become someone who graduate students look for. And the when he really starts to hit his stride, amidst everything else that's happening in his life in this book, the passages on being a teacher are just beautiful, and how joyful it can be for the teacher and how helpful for the student. As someone who would enjoy to be teaching college students someday, that part of the book meant a lot to me. But what made it such a well-written book and so engrossing was watching the relationships at the center of this, and how well they're described, how real they feel, and how much they're a warning to value the people in our lives, even when it's difficult. And this book was very inspirational for all of the sadness. It's one of the saddest books I've read in years in some ways, but also very inspirational as well. So again, thank you for this recommendation. I would recommend Stoner by John Williams.